Hey everybody, this is Craig and thank you for watching Uncontrolled Opposition. I had a very interesting conversation with a buddy of mine and we were talking about what woke us up to what's really going on around the world and what can we possibly do to try to wake others up. Well, I'll tell you a quick story. What woke me up was what happened to World Trade Center number 7. And I'll be the first to admit I was very stubborn about it. All right, I was one of these guys. I accepted the official story as is, didn't question it. I was all, yeah, we gotta get them terrorists. We gotta, give up our rights to, for warrantless searches and spying because that's the only way we could get the terrorist. An old friend of mine who knew a little bit about structural engineering said, hey man, you need to take a look at this. He pointed to several videos on YouTube, and he also pointed me to several websites where they had structural engineers, demolition experts said, basically in a nutshell, there was no possible way a fire brought down that building on its own footprint. After doing this research, I said, initially I was kind of reluctant to do it, but in all honesty, I did it just to kind of shut my friend up. I'm like, all right, I'll go look at it, just leave me alone, go fuck yourself, blah, blah, blah. In the course of doing this research, several things started to happen. One, I got pissed, all right? I got pissed because I felt like I was lied to, almost personally. I got pissed that why would they lie to us? Like what was going on? And besides being angry, you get kind of confused. All right, why are they doing this? What was the reason behind it? And I think that's kind of how everybody kind of gets started on this journey, and that's it's basically what it is. Waking up is as much a factual journey, and there's a lot of a spiritual component to it. I had to eat a lot of humble pie that day because I said a lot of shit to my buddy, man. I thought he was a quack, conspiracy theorist, man, and I went up to him and said, man, you're right. You are absolutely fucking right. And that kind of set off a certain chain of events that's still going on to this day. One of the things that I use that that's pretty much how I wake people up, because it's simple information to look at. It's not all that complicated. If you try to explain to somebody how the United Nations works, how both political parties are bought by the same people, they're still pretty partisan about that, and and how they're using these laws to take away our rights. When I use that World Trade 7 scenario as an example, I point to them, where to go to do the research. One of the things I've kind of noticed, and this happened to me too, is after that light goes on, we go from being completely asleep to almost paranoid. All right, and I'm not, no, before I go any further, no, not anybody who thinks like us is paranoid. And what I mean by it is we kind of go from believing that the government can do no wrong to everything's the goddamn government's fault, man. If you wake up late, going into work, the government had a hand in it. The CIA snuck in and fucked with your alarm clock, man. If you go to Taco Bell and they forgot to put cheese on your taco, man, it was the FBI that went in and fucked with your taco, kind of thing. We got, you gotta tell these, the young blood, we gotta temper it down, man. Just follow the facts, all right? Not everything going on in the world is a goddamn conspiracy, but there is enough shit going on in the world that we do need to keep an eye on it, follow the facts, formulate your own conclusion. I would like to know what you think, all right? What woke you up? What do you do to wake other people up? And what can we do as a collective whole to get the message across? And it's not an easy thing. It's not as easy. If it was easy, everybody would be awake. All right. And I'll use this example. When you talk to enough people, you kind of get a good gauge on like how everybody, views the world. They know, what they don't know, and what they consider a priority. I'll break it down in a percentage matrix. I would say roughly, this is just me personally, talking to people. I would say roughly about 20% are fully aware what's going on. Well, I shouldn't say fully aware. They know a lot. They're awake. They know, boom, boom, boom. They're the guys that put on they put on those glasses from the movie They Live, see what's really going on. They can see through the matrix. They're pretty good at connecting the dots, and I've even talked to a couple of people who are pretty good at actually predicting the outcome of certain events, man. With almost a clairvoyant, level. 40% are, what would be the best way to describe it? I would say probably subconsciously they know something's not right. They can't, they haven't quite put two and two together, but they kind of know, something going on, man. I don't quite know what it is, blah, blah, blah. And every once in a while they get that brief, spark of light, and then they kind of go back into the fold. The rest of the other 40%, these are the walking dead. These are the guys that will believe any official narrative that's told to them. They will believe anything that a politician tells them. They will believe anything that the media tells them. And a lot of these, unfortunately, a lot of these people are also useful idiots when it comes to protesting. They don't know why they're out there. They were just told to go out there, hold this sign, and say this. And probably they still think the moon's made out of cheese. I don't want to give up on them, but it does get to a point where no matter what kind of evidence you lay out in front of them, and you can have something on there, their favorite politician, can openly admit that, he murders children and eats their flesh and worships Satan, and they still won't believe it. We can waste our time trying to wake them up. Maybe some of them will, but like I said, it gets to a point where it's not worth it. There are some people who are going to get it, and some people are not. Let me know what you think. All right, let me. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of curious to see what woke everybody up, because I know there's plenty of people who have been awake way before 9/11 and all that, and. Looking back, I should have listened to those guys because they were right. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe, stay informed, and stay vigilant. Peace.